The impeachment process is a complex proceeding that basically formally accuses and convicts the president of wrongdoing and ultimately could result in his being removed from office. Please note that the president could be impeached, judges could be impeached, Supreme Court justices could be impeached. In this particular situation, we're going to look at the process of impeaching the president. Presidents can be impeached for treason, which would be crimes against the country, bribery, where you are holding something hostage against another person and saying, I will do this if you give me whatever, or high crimes and misdemeanors. This is a somewhat vague phrase that the signers of the Constitution created. High crimes would be like murder or probably assault. Misdemeanors could be as small and petty like a parking ticket. So there's a wide range of things that's really vague and gray area. That'll come into play in just a little bit. The first place impeachment is mentioned in the Constitution is Article 1, Section 2. If you happen to remember, which I hope you do, Article 1 outlines the legislative branch, so that should say, oh, the legislative branch has a role in impeachment. Section 2 addresses the House of Representatives. So Article 1, Section 2 says what the House of Representatives can do in the impeachment process, which we'll talk about in just a moment. The second place impeachment is addressed is Article 1, Section 3, and that outlines the Senate's role in the impeachment proceedings. Impeachment is also addressed in Article 2, Section 4, where it outlines that the president can be impeached for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. The first step in the impeachment process is the House of Representatives actually accusing the president of wrongdoing, of those high crimes, misdemeanors, treason, or bribery, and then ultimately carrying out impeachment. To do this, the House of Representatives would start in the House Judiciary Committee. That committee would be a small group of representatives, and they would look at the actions that the president is accused of doing and determine if the entire House of Representatives should listen to the accusations and vote on them. If the House Judiciary Committee decides that there are going to be articles of impeachment drawn up, that means a formal accusation is going to be brought to the House, then they would pass those articles and bring them to the entire floor of the House of Representatives, just like we did with bills. And the House of Representatives would debate and then ultimately vote on whether or not the president is impeached. So the House of Representatives impeaches the president. Okay? A lot of people don't realize that that's just the first step. The second step is for the Senate to hold a trial of impeachment. And that trial needs to determine if they are going to remove the president from office. We have only had 2 impeachments in our history. In both cases, step 1, the president was impeached, but in step 2, the Senate did not vote to remove the president. That confuses a lot of people because a lot of people think if you're impeached, then you're removed. Not so. In the trial that the Senate has, when the senators are acting as the jury, the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court presides over the trial. In this picture you see Chief Justice William Rehnquist when he was presiding over Bill Clinton's impeachment trial in the Senate.